evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Another video, today, long day, long Thursday, very chilly. I hope everybody is keeping warm. And I hope, you know, keeping my fingers crossed that we're going to have some good rains come the end of this dry spell we're having now in Namibia. It's terrible drought, cattle are dying. But we have a discussion. I had a discussion with a friend of mine today where he was telling me of how he was told by one person that if he takes all his money and invests in agriculture, that he can make a killing and make a living and make money from this and become wealthy. So then he asked me what I think about it. I gave him my 2 cents. I told him, look, agriculture, like any other business, will have its ups and downs. But you need to look at agriculture the same way a mechanic looks at a car. When a mechanic takes on a project car, he can take a beat-up rust bucket Land Cruiser, which has been standing for a while, fix it up, fix its engine, rebuild the engine plates, the gears and everything to get that car moving again. With farming, the same thing. You can buy land or just buy a piece of land from a farmer on one of his farmlands, and you can develop a very good commercial farm with a very good managerial and farming management skills there. But where most people get it wrong is this: farming is a business that, like most businesses, takes time. And most people walk into this business thinking that no, there's going to be instant gratification of making $1 million today. You can invest close to 100 and something thousand and only make back 1,000 from your farming. And I believe this is the problem we have, not just in Namibia, but also in South Africa, with people calling for the return of ancestral land, which is also being done here, is that people need to understand, as much as this land is going to be returned to you, what are you going to do with this land? Once you obtain this land, it's going to take time before this land can go from being able to produce zero to being able to produce let's say 8 to 9 tons of vegetables or fruits or meat or 100 heads of cattle. It's going to take time before it reaches there. But some people don't look at that aspect. Some people have just said agriculture is the new gold mine, which it is, because we need to eat. Food is always going to be a necessity. Of course, the price of food is always going to be there, because we do need to eat. But you need to sit down and look at it from all aspects, all angles. How long will it take before you get a return in investment? Because daily I have this conversation with my old man. My dad is always speaking of how he is looking forward to retiring so he can move back to his family village and go do and engage in large-scale farming. What he wants to do is set up an orchard. He wants to set up crop production type of fields, different type of things. And he speaks of he will be making close to 1.3 million or so, and from that money he will be able to do a lot, because he's talking about drip irrigation and so forth. I told him, no, that's a good plan. It's always good to have a plan, always good to have a mission and a clear-cut understanding of what you want to do. But what you also need to sit down and do is take into consideration, what if things don't play out the way you want them to? Because this is agriculture. You work with nature. You're not working with a business partner who's on the other side. Your business partner is Mother Nature, and she does things at her own time. What if now you take all your money, you invest it into your green scheme, you buy all the drip irrigations, the pipes and everything, and these things are set up, and during that year that you have set all this up, you have a situation such as an outbreak maybe of maybe the army worms, and they decimate and they destroy your fields. What is your backup plan from that? And that is what I always continuously advocate to people, whether you are young or old, start getting into the field of farming or want to get into farming, and you are sold get rich fast type of guide. It is a lie. The reality is, this is a business like any other business. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. For every 100 farmers that have gone on and become successful, that's 100. There are about 200 to 300 farmers who have gone on and not become successful, who have run bankrupt. Some of them have sold their farms. Some of them have had their farms repossessed. Some of them are in debt to the banks or in debt to whatever bank, whether it's the agricultural bank or the commercial banks. They're in debt to them. They need to pay off these debts. Some of them can't pay off bonds because they ran into this business thinking that now I'm going to become a millionaire overnight, and without really sitting down and taking into consideration what exactly is it going to require them before they can become millionaires or become extremely rich from farming. As I said, your biggest partner in agriculture is Mother Nature, and Mother Nature does things at her own time, of course. Not just that, it's also the daily changes of trends. You know, for example, you plant your lemons and you planted them a bit too late, or you planted them at the right time, but with global warming and climate change, an area that was maybe good tropical weather might get now a bit colder, and it kills your citric fruits. These are things that you need to consider. So I always advise young and old people that are about to get into agriculture and are interested in getting into this business to sit down and ask their most senior of senior farmers around them, and those who will tell them the blunt honesty. Because the blunt honest truth would be this: we farm not because we're expecting to make millions out of it. We farm because we enjoy the business. We enjoy raising cattle. We enjoy being part of creating a process such as developing or helping raise chickens or raise cattle, or planting seeds and watching them grow from just a seed to a full-grown plant. That's why we do it. Money is gonna come, but it's not gonna come as fast and as frequent as you were told farming would do for you. If it's done properly, if you take the time, you read your books, you carry out your investigation, of the type of farm you have, the type of soil, the type of conditions on your farm, it can bring millions into your pocket. It can. If you don't do this and you just rushed into it because you thought it was like the gold rush in Los Angeles back in the gold rush days, you just rushed into it to make money, to make $1 million out of it, you could end up just running into another debt. And I believe this also contributes to why we have so many of our state-owned farms that are sitting in shambles and are not in the best of conditions. It's because of this. People don't take the time to sit down and consider what are the pros and the cons when it comes to farming. People just think it's all positive, full steam ahead, and end up making a failure. So those are my 2 cents when it comes to farming. If you want to get into farming, you're more than welcome. The door is wide open for everybody, particularly here in Namibia and in Africa, and mostly in Africa countries. The people that still farm today are the senior of most senior people. So we need to get more young people involved in this business. But if you are young and you are ready to farm, make sure that you do carry out the right research, collect the right the right material on this topic, so you get into it and do it the right way. But like I always say, in farming there's never a right way. Just, in other words, do it in a method which minimizes you from losing money, which minimizes you from running into bad debt. The biggest thing why you go into farming, whatever business, is to make money out of it, bring profit, make capital. If you're gonna go into a business and start producing debt, then you should sit down and consider whether this business is for you or not. That's my 2 cents on that, and I hope everybody likes this video. Watch, like, and subscribe, and we'll continue uploading more content such as this. For now, have a good night.